In the heart of the Soviet Union, a city hidden in darkness would unknowingly become a hotbed of unimaginable evil. Welcome to the Chikatilo case, exposing the monster from Rostov. My take is Trudeau. This journey takes us back to a time when fear and horror gripped the nation. The goal is to reveal the chilling story of Andrei Chikatilo, a seemingly ordinary man who turned into one of the most notorious serial killers in history. Under the facade of normalcy, Chikatilo hid dark secrets and hidden darkness that will soon wake up and take countless innocent lives. And to understand the roots of evil, we must first delve into the depths of Rostov-on-Don, a city overshadowed by the shadows of its past. From early childhood, Chikatilo bore the scars of a violent childhood that unknowingly paved the way for the horrors that lay ahead. As the number of victims grew, the country was gripped by terror, and the hunt for the sadistic killer began. The relentless pursuit of justice faced insurmountable odds, but the investigators were determined to expose the monster from Rostov. Finally, the monster has been caught, and a gripping trial will reveal the depths of his monstrous mind. The roots of evil. Welcome to Rostov-on-Don, a city shrouded in shadows, where an unimaginable darkness will soon take root. On these very streets grew up a troubled child named Andrei Chikatilo, whose youthful innocence was marred by hardship and alienation. Isolated from his peers and bullied at school, young Andrei's world was filled with pain and rejection, which sowed the seeds of a terrible transformation. In Chikatilo's youth, the weight of his personal demons became unbearable, leaving a lasting impact that would ultimately change the course of history. The roots of evil got the better of him, leading him down the path of darkness, making the city of Rostov tremble with fear. The monster appears. As the sun sets over Rostov, an ominous figure emerges from the shadows, signaling a ghostly prelude to a series of unspeakable horrors. It was on that fateful night that the monster, driven by dark impulses, took its first innocent life, forever changing the lives of those who crossed its path. After this heinous act, an icy silence reigned over the city. However, the lack of awareness and initial difficulties faced by investigators allowed the monster to continue his reign of terror. The more victims fell victim to the invisible evil, the more the city was gripped by an atmosphere of fear and suspicion. Law enforcement faced an uphill battle against a cold-blooded enemy who left no trace of his horrific deeds. Frustration grew as the monster remained elusive, leaving the city haunted by unanswered questions and fear of an unknown evil lurking in the shadows. In the face of adversity, the investigators pursued justice tirelessly, driven by a determination to expose the true face of the evil that threatened the city. The reign of terror began, and the city of Rostov was swallowed up by an unrelenting nightmare. As the number of victims grew, the once noisy streets of the city became quieter and quieter, and the hearts of its inhabitants were covered with a shadow of fear. After the monster's horrific deeds, the gruesome details of his crimes shook the whole country. With each life taken, the monster's methods became more sophisticated, leaving investigators to fight an invisible enemy. Behind the lifeless gaze of each victim lies a story of destroyed innocence, ruined families, and a city paralyzed by fear. The courtroom was transformed into a theater of horror as the gruesome details of the monster's actions were laid bare for all to see. And yet, amidst the darkness, there was a glimmer of hope. The perseverance of the investigators and the resilience of the Soviet people united in their quest for justice. Together they will confront the horrific truth about the Rostov monster, rewriting the history of criminal investigations. The hunt for the monster. When terror gripped Rostov, a relentless hunt for the monster began, reaching far beyond the city limits. With each thorough examination of the crime scene, the monster's elusive trail grew colder, posing a formidable challenge to investigators. Amidst the chaos, criminal profiling became a ray of hope, offering valuable insight into the killer's twisted mind. Investigators tirelessly pursued any lead that might unmask the monster, their dedication fueled by the memory of the innocent lives he took. But as the investigation intensified, the monster proved to be a master of deception, concealing his true identity with intricate precision. The onus was on those who tried to protect their communities from this shadowy predator. Thanks to careful detective work, a clearer picture of the monster began to emerge. bringing investigators closer to their elusive target. Arrest and trial. After years of evading capture, the monster's reign of darkness is coming to an end as the law closes in on him. The arrest shocked the world as the full extent of the monster's atrocities came to light. From the service in the halls of justice, the monster faced the consequences of horrific deeds as the families of his victims looked on for comfort. The courtroom became a battlefield for the truth, where the monster's defense crumbled under the weight of overwhelming evidence. The monster's fall marked the end of a chapter marred by horror and tragedy, offering a glimmer of solace to grieving families. While the wounds inflicted by the monster will never fully heal, the trial was a testament to the power of perseverance and the triumph of justice. And legacy. After the fall of the monster, a mystery remains end of the monster, which is not yet fully understood. The unraveling of the motives that drove the monster to commit its horrific acts leads us into the depths of darkness. Was it a consequence of the past, or a manifestation of an unquenchable thirst for power and control? Psychological experts are trying to decipher the inner workings of the beast's mind, providing insight into the complexities of human darkness. The case of the monster from Rostov was a turning point in the world of criminal profiling and forensics. The lessons learned from the monster's reign of terror continue to shape law enforcement practices around the world. In confronting the darkness of the monster, we are determined to prevent future tragedies and protect our communities. Conclusion. As this eerie journey comes to a close, we are left with a lingering sense of unease, reminding us that evil can lurk in even the most ordinary of guises. For more intriguing stories that reveal the secrets of our world, subscribe to our channel. If this creepy story made you feel curious and anxious, show your support by liking and sharing this video. Let us remember that behind every crime lies the potential for change. Together we can build a safer, more conscious world. In the shadows of our existence, the legacy of monsters reverberates through time, calling us to remain vigilant and protect those we care about. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember to stay curious, stay informed, and together we can uncover the truth behind the mysteries that surround us.